is that so hot? So hot, so hot, so hot, so hot. Oh. See, where are we now? Who's left on first, on second, on third? Yeah, that looks okay. But this is, let's see, how do I, maybe I get closer and that is better. Sorry, I'm screwing around here. We'll get this right. It's just the one on YouTube, the light is so bright on this thing, and I can't get it nice. I gotta turn down the lights a little bit. Let's see. That's gooder. Is that gooder? Oh, periscopes there, boy. Yes, wake up the trolls, okay? Wake up the trolls. That's where they sleep at night, I think. Or during the day. Well. Let's see. Let me get on YouTube so I see who's around. I get a live streaming going. Well, I took advantage of some freebies, the last week or so, and that's what I want to tell you about. God, I don't like it. Hot light. That's not too good because of. See, when I put something else in there, it seems to go away. But then when I'm not there, then it's terrible. Why is it? Oh my God, I'm so washed out. What am I gonna do? Oh my God. What do I do? Let's see. Well, let's get on live everywhere so we work on this a little late. Free internet market, yes. Connected there. Ooh, free internet courses, learn more. An error occurred, please try again. Oh my God. But you guys seem there. Huh? Okay, well that's there. But yeah, I mean that is terribly bright, isn't it? Yeah, I mean that is terribly bright, isn't it? Yeah, I mean that is. I gotta get rid of that sucker. Ooh, that's a little better. So if I put the light farther away. That's not so bad. What do you guys think? Anybody on chatting yet on YouTube? What do you think of that light on YouTube? Is that good enough yet? Not so bad. Oh, the others are getting screwed up. But, ooh, there's a... Okay, maybe just a little further. nobody chatting on the create highlights while live. No, I don't do that. Oh, I got into some beta thing. So anybody, can you chat on YouTube so I could see that that's working? Because it's hard for me to tell. Oh, well, I'm there. Oh, that's me. So, oh, Jose Soto. Thank you, Jose. Nice to know that someone's around. Someone's around. I get around. Okay. Well, I went to a meetup just a few nights ago, and there were 3 things that they were talking about. Working just fine. Good. So it's not too bright for you there. Does it look okay? I mean, like color stuff. I guess I have to get a real studio or something. I don't want to do that. It sounds like work. Maybe I'll push those back just a little more. But actually, you see more of the back too. I mean, I was hoping to get this just me bright and all that thing real dark in the back, but I guess I'm not going to get that. Am I? Love the suit. Remind me of the Riddler. Yes, I think I've heard that before. I'm not sure where. I may have heard it before. Yes, and I expect it, but because it does. I mean, that's the only other place people have seen this, unless they see me around town, because I wear these every day. Oh, actually, on Facebook, I guess I have to, or Instagram, I got to do this. Put it the other way to get it on Instagram. Free marketing courses. Oh, we got somebody join. Oh, okay. It's okay. Your glasses stick out very nicely. I love that. Yeah, they're nice. I gotta change the prescription a little bit. Had them for a while. How do you get dental care? Well, let's talk about marketing first, okay? Because that's what I did one night, and it was meetups. I mean, you got a guy, I think meetups.com is a great place. Okay, and because of what's going on in our society now, okay, everybody knows we need education, right? Education is very important, okay, because that's, the people who get hurt, the people who don't have education. But that's changing now a bit. I mean, it's not going to go away and everything, but now what's happened, coolest guy on the planet, who's that? Charles Town is the coolest guy, Mr. Town? And anyway, with higher education, right, absolutely, it's important. But I think it's going to be diminishing important because, number one, it costs so goddamn much in this country. It's stupid what we're paying for. And it's not really guarantee you a good job all the time. But I think what's coming up now is, hello to you too, Charles. What's coming up now is just having skills. If you could do something. And see, unless you want to work for a big organization, then of course they hire by credentials. So our whole society, because of so many factors, it's really, King runs everything. Okay, they all want credentials. So, it depends on what school you went to and grades and all this kind of stuff. And because these organizations don't trust their heart, don't trust their instincts, because they're all working for somebody else. They're trying to please somebody, above them, whether it's their boss or an investor or something like that. So if they hire somebody with the greatest credentials, say, hey, don't blame me. Look at these people said they were great. But that's going away more. And I think the new world now is really you being able to do something. You have a skill that's of some value to somebody else. And if you can prove you can do that skill, they don't care because all they're going to do is judge by the money you make them. Yeah, not how much you could bullshit them. And that's why the big schools, I mean, like Harvard Business School, all these big business schools, they really just teach you how to bullshit so you convince everybody in the room that you know everything, but you don't. Nobody does, you know, and it's unfortunate. But the growth thing that's going on, new business, startups, things like this, new ideas or whatever, come from people that can really just do stuff. And then now, because people aren't investing, they're not hiring as many people anymore full-time, they're hiring them part-time or just as a gig, you know, just to fill a job. Like, I need this website done. You know, I don't care if you got a degree from Harvard or from the toilet, you know, I just need it done, you know, and if you could prove to me you could do it, okay, then you're hired. I don't care how many letters or you know, polka dots you have after your name. It doesn't matter. Yeah, all the big business schools specialize in BS because that's what gets you hired nowadays. You just have to bullshit people that you pretend you know everything, and you really don't. Nobody does, yeah. But skills are hard, you know, and that's why, but you can learn them. Like now, marketing, okay, the internet's so important, man. If you have a new business, new anything, if you figure out how to internet marketing, okay, now that's a skill you're gonna learn, like riding a bike, like playing baseball or whatever. I mean, it's gonna be difficult in the beginning or whatever, and so what people do is they throw up their hands, oh, I'm just gonna throw money at it, but most people don't have money to throw at it, right? So you have to learn it yourself. And I think it's easier now than any time else in the history of man to learn almost anything. Do you have any advice for Bill Cosby? It's too late for him. I think he got caught with his whatever, you know. And I mean, he's from another era, you know, thinking he'd get away with that nonsense, yeah. But you know, getting things done, contributing society. So if you develop a skill, and you can now, without paying $50,000 a year or something to go to some fancy college, you know, you could do it in a couple of months or whatever, or in learning how to just earn income for yourself with a skill. Like this meetup I went to, there were 3 people who were teaching for free. Okay, one was how to grow your Instagram business, and it was a kid. It was a kid, 16 years old, telling you, thank you, Cassie, haven't seen you in a while. And a kid, 16 years old, you know, telling you, giving a lecture for free, you know, so this is like a consultant. You know, you can't hire a 60-year-old person who knew as much about getting known on Instagram, you know, than this 16-year-old kid. And actually, he was a fanatic on football. And what he did, how he gets videos on YouTube, puts them together, puts them on Instagram, and he had like 5 million people following him on Instagram now. 16 years old. And he tells you the pitfalls and everything. Well, see, anything like that, what do you have to do you get tired from Fleetwood Mac? I don't know, Fleetwood. Shouldn't it be Max Fleetwood, not Fleetwood Max? No, I know he's a musician, but see, this is what's so neat about Periscope. It's just so irrelevant, the stuff they ask. So that's sort of interesting sometimes. It can get boring and tedious, but for the most part, it's pretty interesting. But anyway, so you're back learning something. You need to learn something. Okay, at this meetup. Now, meetups are free, or maybe I think this cost us this was free. The other one I went into recently was $10 because they order pizza in and they did stuff like that. And so this kid, okay, he had about 20, 30, 40 minutes on this. So teaching them, you hire a consultant, they're going to charge you $300. You're going to go on the internet and take a course on this, going to charge you hundreds of dollars or whatever. This kid, these people do it free. It's natural instinct we want to give. The reason I'm here, right? I'm giving you everything for free, right? But I have things to sell too. But I wish I could give it all for free, but I have to eat, and the people I pay mortgage to wouldn't like that, and things like that. So we got to figure that out too. So there's a way to do that. But more importantly, there's a way for you to learn for free. It takes a little more effort or whatever, but you can do it no matter what. Look at all the idiots you've worked for in this life. You know, they're not mental giants or whatever. They just hung in there long enough, and longer than the rest of us, to do that stuff, to figure that out so they could do it, and do it more. And that's what's important. So I go to this meetup. Okay, the first guy was Instagram. Okay, and that was cool. Yeah, and learned a lot of tips and techniques. I'm not so interested in Instagram because there's so much to learn. You got to choose your battles and work on, and working more on actually Facebook, because for marketing anyway, than anything else, because that seems the most developed, to identify people with. I remember you from the 90s. I remember me from the 90s too. I was a lot less gray hair, for one thing. And so the second person, okay, was telling you how to get $10,000 a month for free to market on Google. Okay, you hear that? $10,000 a month for free to market on Google. I've been talking about this program for a long time, and I have some interviews of people who've used it on YouTube, on my channel. You want to go and look for there, and that is absolutely right. And they changed a few of the rules, so that's why they're giving it. And it's really for nonprofits, okay? So this is how a nonprofit, what else we got here? On Periscope, welcome. Where is it? Oh, okay, join. Some people are joining now on Periscope. Oh, Periscope, where are you? Okay, no questions there. Okay, so anyway, so $10,000 a month. Okay, if you want to know how to market, now, wouldn't it be great if somebody gave you $10,000 a month to market? $10,000 a month to market. Okay, that's $120,000 a year marketing. You don't have to pay a nickel. Okay, so you're going to pay for all the advertising to spend $10,000 a month marketing. Okay, now here's how you learn marketing for free. You go to things like this. That I went. Now the third guy, I'll tell you how to put all this package together too. The third guy taught you about Facebook marketing. And the principles of that. And he was there, very open, how to do it and whatever. And you're right, it is, you're not going to be able to figure this out in a half hour sitting down, or an hour, or 2 hours, or 3 hours. No, it's going to take work. You didn't learn to swim in a half hour, right? You didn't learn to ride a bike in a half hour. You didn't learn to walk in a half hour. You're doing something new in your life, and you have to do it. Okay, the rich people, what they do is they hire somebody and who spend all that time now and do it for them. But see, you're losing something. It's sort of like hiring somebody to fight your war for you. $10,000 a month for Africa. Yes, it's free. You're getting $10,000 worth for free. I'll tell you the ifs, ands, or buts, but how you could use it in a minute. And so if you, like the people who fight wars, you hire warriors to go, and if you're not fighting for the motherland, for your life and your children and your family and things like that, they're better fighters than the people who are hired to kill people for you. And so that's what this is like. And if it's something you're going to want to do for the rest of your life, particularly something like the internet, that's not going to shrink, right? So you got at least 10, 20 years, to figure this out. It's going to be around, still going to be growing, because we're going to start regulating it more and everything, a la what's going on with Facebook on Capitol Hill. So this is going to be around for a long time. So why don't you take the time it takes? So if you spend an hour a day, 2 hours a day for a while, it's like learning a language, learning anything else, but you can do it. Look at all the idiots out there that are doing it. Most of the ones are people with slick videos on the internet that try to get you into a course that'll cost you $500 or whatever the heck it is. But you don't have to do that. Now, mainly because things like, the Facebook has a code. You go to facebookblueprint.com. facebookblueprint.com. Now, the reason I'm interested in Facebook is that you could find people who blow their nose with their left hand, things like this, for next to nothing. It costs nothing, and you can advertise for as little as $5 a day to test any idea you have. That's right, even less than that. So if you have $20 in your pocket, you could start marketing. Okay, you're not going to win, but yes, but it's going to be a hell of a lot cheaper than giving somebody $500, and then you have to go out and start. And see, if you're doing it yourself and doing something real with it instead of just learning from somebody, that's when it sinks in. How could you learn to swim sitting in a classroom? Yeah. Oh yeah, you just go like this, and then you go with the other arm, and when this is out of the water, then you take that, and no, you gotta get your butt in the water, right, to learn that stuff. That's the only way around that. So, but we somehow think, oh, if we just learn everything. It's probably a little bit of both, right? But particularly if you don't have money for it, and why waste money when you could be putting money into actually trying something? And the help there. You go to Facebook Blueprint, that's one word, .com. FacebookBlueprint.com. They have all courses there on everything on how to use, make money using Facebook, okay? Now, these are the people who wrote Facebook. So why hire somebody else, to do it? I mean, that may not be good. I mean, whatever, but it's there. And the same way with Google. Google has a free course, and you even get a certificate. You get a certificate from Google on how to market on Google. So here, okay, now, now what you have. Okay, the $10,000, it's a Google grant. It's grants from Google, but it goes to nonprofit organizations, okay? But see, if you're not a nonprofit organization, that's okay. What you do is you find a nonprofit organization. Now, if you have a business, you say, hey, why don't you fundraise with my product so you could get money, and you do the advertising because the nonprofit is going to use your product as a fundraising vehicle, like Girl Scout cookies. So if you're a baker, you say, why don't you, that nonprofit, sell my cookies, and we'll just call them Girl Scout cookies. And then I can get $10,000 a month to advertise my cookies, but through you. So that's one way to do it. Another way to do it is, listen, okay, you say, I'm a marketing expert, and you don't even know how to spell marketing yet, right? Is that a T or a K or whatever? So it doesn't matter, see, because now you go to a nonprofit, like your church, your community, let's go and raise money by marketing on the internet to send 15 kids to Venezuela to build houses or whatever. So you need 10 grand to do that. Okay, how are you going to do it? You're going to fundraise on the internet because you're going to market on it. How do you market on the internet? I don't know. You take the course for free from Google. You apply for the grant because you're a nonprofit to get $10,000 a month to advertise on Google, and you blow $100,000 figuring this out. It didn't cost you a dime. And by the end of that, you'll be one of the most genius marketing experts on the internet than ever, because you just spent $120,000. And you split anything you make with the nonprofit or whatever. So that's why there's always more than one way to do anything. I mean, there's so many other ways. Here, you go to Allison, ALISON.com. Let's see, I have them up here on one of my websites. Here, I mean, these are free courses on anything you could take. Get a diploma in pharmacy as a pharmacy technician, a visual graphic designer. A lot of the state offices that are in charge of having people in their state get trained are using this because it's free. Allison, ALISON. And you get diplomas and all this kind of stuff. In customers and fundamentals of project management, diploma in caregiving. So that's why you want to get a job or career, or even start yourself as an expert or a freelancer in caregiving. Okay. This is what you do. You go to Allison.com and get some credentials, get a certificate, things like that. They have hundreds and hundreds of courses like that, all online, doesn't matter where the heck you are, and things like that. Actually, if you go here too, edx.org, edx.org, you could take courses online from Harvard with no background requirements or anything, And then I think for $50 or something like that, you get a certificate if you pass the test. So now for $50, you could get your resume that shows, yes, I studied at Harvard. You know, I have a certificate of finishing a course in computers at Harvard. You know, and it'd be introduction to computers, but you know, who would know? Who would care? You know, oh, he does have credentials. He attended Harvard and matriculated at Harvard, if that's the right term. I'm not really even sure. But see, that's the kind of stuff that's out there, you know, for anybody. And they call MOOCs, massive, I forget what it stands for already, but there's so many universities, courses for free. You can start learning. And see, if you go on and start selling your skills to other people, if you go on, you know, Fiverr or Upwork and things like that and put yourself out there as an expert, they're not going to judge you on, you know, if you went to Harvard or not. They're just saying, hey, can you do this shit or not, you know? and that's where this is growing. And people who are working that way, what they call on the gig economy now, that now represents something like 25 to 30% or more. The numbers are real squishy. Nobody has a definite edge, but they see that that is growing faster than everything. So that means almost a third of our workforce is self-employed. Self-employed as not as an entrepreneur or as just a caregiver. You're a self-employed caregiver, and you have 3 customers all around your city, you know, that you take. Now that's safer than having one boss who doesn't like you one day and you're fired. If you have three clients, man, so if one doesn't like you, then you know you're still safe until you find another client, you know. And that's what I think is happening in our society, growing more. Plus, big companies are going to be hiring less because it's cheaper, you know, for them to hire just people on a gig. We have a project, we want you to finish the project, and then you're gone. It's sort of how Los Angeles was always this way because they were from movie to movie. You know, so people didn't, you know, have a normal job. They just had a job during the movie, and when the movie was over in 5 months or whatever it was, then they had to look for other work. And so we're all more and more of us are going to be working that way, you know. And that's, you know, like I say, it's not for everybody or whatever, but this is where skills count more than anything else. The other way, the old-fashioned way, is really credentials. You know, they don't really know if you can do any of this shit, and they probably don't even care as long as you have the credentials, and then they don't have to worry about it. If you screw up, they just say, hey, you know, he went to Harvard, so don't blame me that he screwed it up. And that's the way we seem to hire people in this country. And, you know, good or bad, that's the system. So that's why, and it's so easy. You just have to take the time, you know, to do it. You can. No magic. You need help. There's things online, like on Facebook. If you can't get help, there's people on the internet that help each other. You know, places to ask questions. You know, hey, how do you do this? And you just have to be patient. You know, if you don't want to be spoon-fed, and life isn't like that. You want to be spoon-fed, then it's going to cost you a lot more money, and you don't have money, so you're going to be screwed. So you have to know how to put it together yourself. You know, how to hustle, how to take the stuff out there and use it to your benefit, how you want to do it. So many people, oh, I need $100,000 to be in business. Well, that's true, but it doesn't have to be. And you're looking for $100,000 to work on an invention or whatever. So you're looking, and that may or may not happen. But, you know, I mean, there's other ways to make that is more secure in making it happen if you stretch your imagination. And that is things with like crowdfunding or finding a partner somehow. Or if you want to do a retail and really you want to have an office, you share with somebody else. Hey, you know, you have this store doing nothing. You know, give me that corner over there, and I'll give you 20% of what I make. I mean, that's cheaper than being stuck with a mortgage for 2 years or whatever the contract would be to have a mortgage. And so that's what's important about that. So there's always other ways. I mean, to me, what's great about crowdfunding is that you get customers before you have a product. So you have an idea for something, but hey, you go on crowdfunding sites and say, hey, I have this idea, but I need 20 grand to make it, okay? And if I get 100 people that give me whatever, $200 a piece, then I could do it. Or whatever. I don't know if the math was right on that. Doesn't sound like it is. There can't be two twos. And you don't do anything until you get all the money. And if you don't get all the money, well then good. Now you have to think of something better. And that's what's so great. Before, what we do is think of it, do it, find the money somewhere, and then do it, and then go sell it, and nobody wants to buy it. Now what you're doing is selling it before you have it to see if anybody buys it. So that means you don't have to spend any time doing it, because if nobody buys it, forget it. Yeah. And what's also now on the internet, before it was different. So that's why if you're 40, 50 years old or more, I mean, the world is so different. When I was doing, out there selling books, I mean, it was mass market. That was the name of the game. So you have Walmart, everything was mass market. You had to sell lots of things. Television, you didn't have many channels, so that you had to be able to sell millions of products, So to sell millions of something, you needed a lot of people. So if you need a lot of people, you have to appeal to a lot of people. So it can't be funky, it can't be this, it had to be somewhere in the middle. That's why a lot of vanilla stuff, to make sure you had a big market, because you had to make 1 million of these things to get it down to a price that's, makes sense. So it had to be big mass market, one product, masses of markets. Now with the internet, see, that's before you had stores, so people had all this investment in retail and shops, so all that kind of stuff. So it had to be really expensive. Now, with the internet, man, for 20 cents you have a store. You don't have the brick and mortar. Now it costs you $500,000 to open up a store of some kind. Now 20 cents you have a store. So it's all different. And what you could do, I mean, you could have something that just sells to 100 people, and that's enough. You don't need 1 million, because it only costs you 20 cents to have a store, not $500,000. So the rest of it you're putting in your pocket as a salary or whatever, paying your living expenses. So that's why what I feel what would be coming to is no longer mass markets. We have masses of markets. So I could find, a couple hundred people who just like crazy people in question mark suits, and I could find them now. But when I was, doing normal kinds of ways and on, mass markets, now I had to appeal to a broader market, not just the weird people. And so that makes it easier for more people to do their own thing. Because you don't need 1 million people as customers. You don't have to put $500,000 into a store or a vehicle to get the information out. You do it for 20 cents on a computer or whatever that you already have. If you want to be the person who teaches salsa dancing to people who have to go to a party and salsa dance for the first night, you could do that, and you don't even have to have a studio, because you have the internet, and find people who have to use that. Maybe people are going to go to the weddings and you go to their house. So you're the Uber salsa teacher. And you just go to the house for 2 hours and see, and that's what it's all about. I mean, we have so many things like that, that's happening, and people are outsourcing their life more to other people that could build a business just around that. Where a couple dozen customers is enough for you to live. You're very inspirational. Oh, thank you. And that's why I think, so you look, I mean, that's what my one-stop book is all about too. It's not only government programs, but it's showing you, lesco.com/one-stop, it's showing you things that are like that. All those things, whether it's places to get free education, everything I talk about costs you nothing. Places on the internet where you could advertise and create a market for whatever. You want to be a pet sitter. I mean, there's now platforms, that will get you customers. Platforms that will give you insurance. platforms that will make sure you get paid, and they take out all the hassle of being an independent contractor or a small business or anything like that. It's now done for you on these platforms, and they have look at Uber. Uber is the biggest now taxi cab company in the world, and they don't own one single taxi. They don't own anything. And they have I think their value is like $50 billion, which is, double Hertz and Avis and anybody else all put together. And Hertz and Avis, all these people have hundreds of thousands of employees. Uber has maybe 1,000, 5,000 employees. That's it. So you have hundreds of thousands of employees. And all this equipment and everything, and they're worth just a fraction of this company, that only has 1,000 employees and no cars or anything. That's where we're going, it seems. And then we're going to have driverless cars, right? Who would have thought that? Any old fart like me would, that's just in Buck Rogers, we would have said, which is, fantasy land. But it's not, it's real already, and that's what happens. So that's why, to me, it's using these other sources, in life that are available for free to you, for you to get extra income, to learn new skills, to do almost anything. I mean, there's another thing I'm going to do a separate thing about. If you like to cook, okay, if you make an extra 3 or 4 meals for somebody, you can make an extra, like $25 a day, just doing it. But, you make a meal for you and your family, you make 3 more servings or 4 more servings, and you can make $25 on that. Now, it's not big money, but what the hell? You're doing it anyway, right? So that's on me. So if you have an extra $400 a month, that could be worth it to people. And that's why now, I mean, little bits of money are interesting. You can make money. Like I have an extra car here. I'm going to put it on Turo, Turo.com. You have an extra car that's not sitting around. You can put it on this where people will use your car for $20 a day instead of $100 a day at Avis. You're not using your car anyway. So it's sitting there or whatever, and they could use it. You can have an old clunker, it doesn't matter. So that's what I mean about what's going on in our world, how different it is, and there are other ways to make money that we never even knew, couldn't think about or whatever. If you're a baseball nut for your local team, well, how would you like to make money going to baseball games? You can. On Airbnb, they have adventures that you put on your adventure there for local people coming into town, and you say, I take 5 people to the local ball game. Just think of all the Chinese tourists that would love to do that. And you take them all out to the ball game and make a couple $100 doing that, and it costs you nothing to do. It only costs you about learning how to do the system and stumbling through and failing at the first time or the second time or the third time, like learning to walk. That's the same thing that it is. I mean, it's an old song that keeps coming back and back and back and back again. And that's what it is. But we get so intimidated by so-called experts and we think we have to be a PhD because that's what we're listening. No, you just have to learn how to do that shit. And people who are buying it aren't asking you about the credentials. That's it. They're not hiring you forever. Hey, can you do that? Okay, you don't do it. You don't. Then maybe you don't get paid. That's the worst case. So what? That's why if you have an idea about doing something, okay, just go out and start doing it. And say it's a price, but because I'm new, okay, if you don't think it's worth it, don't pay me. Don't worry about it. No. But by you doing that is going to be a lot cheaper than going to a course, going to an expert, or doing anything. So that's why you want to learn how to internet market for yourself. Okay, you find a nonprofit and you say, hey, let me figure out how to get this grant for you so you could use this money on the internet and I'll deal it all for you. So it means nothing to them because you're going to do it all, right? You're going to do this whole thing for them. oh, my light looks really good when I put my hands up in the air. I should do that more. Okay, put your hands up. Let's go. Oh, God. And where was I? Oh, so that's what I mean. So there's always one way. I mean, we get so locked in, we think there's only one way. And look at the one way that we think is the only way to do it. That's probably not working anyway. I mean, look at now. Look at if you want to run for president 2 years ago, there was only one way to do it, right? Bullshit. Look what we got. Somebody never did it before in his life. Didn't have an experience for it or anything. So somebody dropped all the cards on the table. So that's why there's no rules anymore. So do things. Look at what people need. Whatever. I mean, that's what entrepreneurial, helping each other. It's all about, hey, what can I do that I'm better at than most people? You know, and start figuring out how I could sell that as a service. The Riddler aged well. Well, I'm nursing a little running injury right now for a while. I just think, oh, that's the problem with getting age. It just takes forever for things to heal. You know, that's the only bad part of it. Well, it's not actually, but the other benefits, man, I really enjoy getting old, man. It's just, as long as I'm healthy. You know, if I wasn't healthy, then it would be a pain in the ass. But being healthy, I mean, you could just, like, I mean, it's sort of like when you were 20 years old, just think of all the stuff you didn't have to worry about at 12. When you were 12 and worrying about all that stuff. By 20, you don't worry about any of that more. See, it keeps getting like that. All that stuff that you're worried about now, of your age, if you're younger than 75, I don't worry about it anymore. So I'm on to other things. I mean, the world is so big and interesting and all kinds of stuff going on that you can try to figure out and have fun figuring out. You know, I don't have to worry about that stuff that you're worried about. Yeah, and that's what's neat. So that's why aging to me is a gift, you know, if you hang in there long enough. So I think the important thing to do is keep healthy. What is your current occupation? You're looking at it. I teach people how to not pay for stuff. Okay, dental work. Okay, here's what I did too. I look at dental, the cost of dental care is just skyrocketing, okay? The dentists hate it because they think Obama did something to dental care. I mean, I don't know. Maybe it was a lot better for them individually, but still, it's going up faster than healthcare as a whole, everything else. So we're paying more on dental care than anything. And now it's not even covered in most programs and health programs or whatever. So I had this guy I've been going to for a while. I got sick and I didn't like his... so I said, oh, I'm going to try something else. But even a cleaning, you know, for a hotshot dentist, you know, in a middle-class neighborhood where I am kind of thing, I mean, a couple $100 for even a cleaning because they'll take x-rays, they'll do all this other kind of fancy stuff, which I never understood or whatever. So I decided I'm going to go to a local school that is teaching dental hygiene, okay? So... I go down there. Howard University has a dental school that also teaches dental hygiene. Okay, make an appointment. It was a little difficult to figure it out, but you fight the system. I mean, this is what life's about. If you want it easy, then you throw money at it. Okay, you don't have money, then you're going to have to throw talent at it, or perseverance, not talent. You don't have to be talented or anything. You just have to be a pain in the ass. That's what life is. You know, the winners are just the pain in the ass, not any special talent. And so what it boiled down to, it took me 2 visits, but I got, you know, I think like $60, and with all the x-rays and everything, it was like $90, and that would have been $200-300 easy at my guy, easy. And I got this professor. These are young people that have been in school 3-4 years. They're just about to graduate and everything, so they need guinea pigs or whatever. Yeah, and they're delightful. See, I mean, you go into professional, what I found too, what I was thinking when I was there is that, okay, it is taking longer, whatever, but it's more real. You know, everybody, like in the doctor's office, are counting the minutes. How long is it going to take me to finish you so I can get to the next patient? So everybody's worrying about the next patient instead of just relaxing with you, okay? I mean, when was the last time you went to a doctor's office and more than 5 minutes and then they have the hand on the doorknob, why don't I go out because they got 5 other people, you know, naked in 3 other rooms they got to go and see. You know, these young people, man, they got all the care, they don't really know all the things. They're not rushed by that because they just have to do it well, no matter how long it takes, you know, and things like that. And it's a more human relationship. We've dehumanized. Dehumanized? I mean, is that the word? Something like that. Made it unhuman because we want to make money. We got time is money, lady. Let's go. So that, you know, and so the humanity is left. And it becomes a shitty experience. I want to get out of there more than they do, you know, because I just feel I'm just something to drill on. And the other thing, you know, with these young people or whatever, and the doctor comes in and checks and does everything, and he gave me great advice on my gums, and more than even my fancy doctor, you know, because they're working on what's new too, which is great, and the new kinds of things, and that's what's neat about going to schools and young people and things. So to find something like that in your area, ADA, American Dental Association.org. ADA.org, okay, and you want to find dental programs. Okay, they have a database there of all the dental programs. The dental schools, there's usually a dental school, 1, 2, or 3 per state. But there's other dental programs, you know, hygiene programs, maybe the local community college and stuff like that. You know, they could do, and a lot of them have sliding scales, that free or the high price is like 1/3 of what they charge at a dental, or maybe 50%. Or more. But actually, you know what else I found doing that? I'm not positive. Do you have Groupon where you are? Groupon. Okay, Groupon is, you know, they sell coupons in the email. Coupons are, I get 50% off here, 30%. I see a lot of dentists are using this. And you could get at least cleaning, it looks like. Not the x-rays and all this other stuff, but basic cleaning for $50 or less, it looks like, some places, you know. So that may be a good thing. But to go in just for a cleaning, and it's good to have somebody to look at, because you only got one set of these things, you know. When I was a kid, man, I used to go in like every couple of months, and they'd just do 10 cavities at a time. Back in the 50s, everybody had cavities all the time. I think I had 3 since then. It's just different now, but you got to take care of your gums because we're living longer. So get a professional look at it, and you know, if you can do it for $50 instead of $350, that's what you want to do. You know? So there's always options, and also a sliding scale. If you have trouble doing that, then go to your county health department. Your county health department is a good place to check the people, the clinics that have sliding scale fees and other low income things, you know, that you could take advantage of. Okay, and if you're looking for me, okay, the best thing I have is letsgo.com One Stop. That's the report I have for every single state now. I think there's only a half a dozen that I haven't completed. So it'll take me about 2 weeks to complete it for you if it's not downloadable right now. They're still on sale at $69. Let's go. There are programs for real estate investing. I'm from Los Angeles. Yes, don't pay. Go to meetup.com and look for meetup groups for real estate investors. They're all over and they're free. And you'll learn from other people, other investors doing it. And they're just like 6 months down the road from you. So you'll be there 6 months and they want to share for free and not charge you. So make sure you don't get caught up and somebody wants to charge you something. So that's meetup.gov. .org, I'm sorry. No, .com. Meetup is now a .com. But the meetups are free, remember that. Or if they charge you $10, some of them have nominal free. But this is the best work I have. letsgo.com/onestop. letsgo.com/talk. Just spoke with a person today. That's $1 a minute. And what I could usually do in about 15, 20 minutes. Show you sources for anything. Young fella called up today. He was looking for travel money. He's looking money, start a business. money to buy a house. He was a busy guy. Yeah, pay off his college loans. So all those that we cover, and I show him where to start. I send him sources also, where to start, and take advantage of that. Also, what I've added here too in the One Stop is all the missing money that's out there. There's about 24 agencies that are sitting on unclaimed funds, not the basic one that is at your state capital, all the others. And somebody just wrote me a letter, and I'll share it with you guys next time. I mean, she found $400, $500, $600 for herself, her family, her friends, and all this kind of stuff. So it's a cool thing to know about. If you're looking for me, letsgofreeradio@gmail.com. Okay, now that's my email address, but if you don't hear from me in 2 days, just beat on me. Particularly, I do a lot. I'm almost a one-man band doing all this stuff, and I enjoy doing it because I want to build something again, and so I have to learn it myself, I feel, and I want to learn all this stuff myself and do it, so I'm doing a lot of things, whether it's this and learning. But your questions are important because then I feel I could do a book or whatever on any topic. I just don't know the question. I don't know the questions yet. So the more I learn from that, you calling up and do this is right here. I only charge $1 a minute. And usually in 15, 20 minutes, I can get you on your way and save you 10 hours of Google research. And that's what all this other stuff is. I mean, this report is like 500 pages, 450, something like that. But it'll save you thousands of hours of Google searching because you can't find this stuff. If something is giving away free, Google doesn't care about it because they can't make money on it. So everybody who's trying to sell you what I show you people are giving away, the people selling you that are the people who advertise, the people who are ruling, and they're trying to figure out how to get on the front page so you see them. I pay $1 and some envelope. I'll pay you $1 and some envelopes. I'll pay you $1 and some envelopes. I don't understand. Well, I don't understand a lot of things. And that's what's neat about getting old. You don't. You don't know everything. Everybody doesn't know everything. And so that's why you can't find it. That's what I do. I send you just the good stuff. So you don't have to Google search. You know the name of it. You got to see things like people looking for grants. That's the biggest mistake people look for. If you're looking for free money, you don't look for grants because it's called hundreds of things. You're an old curmudgeon. Yes, if I knew you, I would have some nice words for you too. But it's sources that are helpful. And whether you use them or not, you don't have to use them. And if you have nothing to do but, call me an old curmudgeon, and then I feel sorry for you. So I'll let that go. And the stuff that's out there is important. I mean, you could solve a lot of problems. Just like, why should I could afford to pay $300 for, dental care, but I don't think it's worth it, and there are options. Now, the people who can't afford, they should be the first in line. They shouldn't be letting somebody like me do that. And that's what's important. But you'll never know about it. How do you find it? What do you put? Free dentists? Do that. You'll find mostly dentists that want to charge you a lot. They just pretend something is free so they can satisfy their guilty conscience or whatever it is. So it takes effort, and that's what I've been doing in my life to do it. And so if I could help you, this is the best thing I have. Okay, but look at letsgo.com tutor and all the other stuff I have. This is another new one I have, free.letsgo.com, top 50. The top 50 programs in America with a little video about all of them. So you don't get the 500 here, 500 program. You just get 50 of the best and an instructional video on each. Now this one has 100 videos, of all kinds. And not only me explaining the programs, but the experts who give out the money, the officials who hand out the money, people, other people who've gotten the money and how they got it and explain it all. So that's what's on that one. It's the biggest thing I've ever done. I've been doing reference books for 40, 50 years now. And now I'm so happy about the internet because I can really get you everything. I couldn't get, the book would have to be this big going on. Yeah. And nowadays that's too much shipping. Okay, guys? I will see you soon. Thank you. Missed all this stream, but I will watch a replay. Did you cover business startup resources? Yes, particularly internet marketing. Lots of that there, Spark. So make sure you see the beginning of this, okay? Take care. Thank you, Alfaro.